Hey, how you doing to all my YouTube followers? I'm here with another update. Some of you have been asking about the turret, and I hadn't gotten to that part yet. So I'm going to get into that a little bit today. What we have here is our first two production machines. This is our production prototype that I've been talking about, and over there is our first production unit that's been sold to somebody, and we're building it right in back of this one. As you can see, the prototype obviously has a little bit more on it, because we're just checking everything, making sure it fits and works before we start doing the final construction on that lane over there. But let me get a little bit into the turret here. So I've just kind of finished this up. It's not 100% complete, and it does need a little bit of tweaking. Again, everything was drawn in CAD and looked really good, but until you get it assembled, sometimes you miss little things here and there, and we've got a couple small little issues, but nothing major. It's just a little bit of a space adjustment here and there for different things, but overall it is working pretty well. So just go quickly into the details of this. What you have up here is this top plate, and what's going to happen is there's going to be some switches that sit here, and they will drop down into these openings. So as the plate indexes, the switch will ride up, and then when it falls into the next notch here, it will tell the PLC to shut the turret motor off because you're at a pin position. The plate below is our main plate, and as you can see, it's got the holes around the perimeter as well as in the middle for the 5-pin. Each of these holes will line up with a chute that's below it. The chutes are configured to allow the pins to go from the circular feed into the triangular feed, just like other machines have done in the past, but we definitely do it a little bit different. As we get down here, you can see the bottom plate, and there's these, we call them pin guides. They're located around the outside and then on the interior of the turret, and their job is to guide the pin into the chutes below. So that's how we do that. Instead of having wires and angled at all these different places and a lot of nuts, bolts, screws holding everything together, we came up with these pin guides, and it's just a couple bolts, and there's 3 each each specific type around the perimeter. So it's not like we have to have a lot of individual components that work in different areas. We can kind of do it with the universal parts. So you can see there's a couple more in there. That's a small one. Over there is a small one, and then can't quite make out the other one, but it's off to the side here. The way it works is we have on the side here a motor and crank arm. So I don't have the link between the two hooked up right now, but this is the crank arm here on the motor, and this is what we call the turret dump arm. So as you can see, there's a switch back up in here, and that switch is used to tell the PLC that the turret dump arm is all the way up and clear, so you can index the turret after it has dumped. But the way it dumps is, let me just move this pin real quick. The way it dumps is that I don't have things quite adjusted, but this arm will come down and the roller will be hit, and then this arm pushes the roller forward, and then when the arm goes back, this is just spring returned. So it'll just go back in position. Very simple. You probably saw it in my other videos. We'll show you a top-down view. I'm just going to drop the pin down through. There you go. And I'll do one of the other positions here too, just so you can see that too, though. So as you can see, they're dropping down without too much of an issue right now. Everything's looking pretty decent, but until we get it wired up and actually running and have run a lot of pins through it, we're not going to know if there's little bugs. But overall, it's going pretty well. But again, this is what the machines are looking at like. If you remember me talking about the sweep cam, how I said it's shorter, here's the prototype version of the new kind, and then the roller, how it goes down onto the frame. So we have a big, much thicker frame, so we can do that on this. And then up here is the deck lift arms. We don't have it motorized obviously yet, but you can see it moving back and forth. And we've changed that design a little bit, where we were using the side of the arm to lift everything up on each side. Now we've put a central shaft in the middle, and that'll work out a lot better, keep things a little smoother actually. But there you go right now, the way it is. I'll do some more updates as we get these going. We're going to be ordering the lanes pretty soon here, and pretty excited to get those tested out and built. So till next time.